Those are the headlines, but our top focus story today at this point is the rise in fuel prices that have jolted the Aam Aadmi in India. While petrol price in New Delhi rose to a 4-year high of 73 rupees 73 paisa per litre, registering, like I said, a 4-year high. The diesel prices have gone out to an all-time high of 64 rupees 58 paisa per litre in the national capital. The price rise has renewed calls to the government to cut excise duty, a suggestion given by the Petroleum Ministry during the budget but turned down by the Finance Minister. Remember, India has had the highest retail price of petrol and diesel among southern Asian nations. We here at Times Now spoke to citizens in New Delhi and Mumbai, two of the cities worst affected really by this price hike. And this is what the common man on the street had to say. This is the word on the street.
It's an unfortunate event basically because we see the prices constantly rising right from when it was 70 back then. But then government is not making any efforts, because if we see the crude oil price has gone down significantly, but there is no reduction in tax or no reduction in terms of petrol prices. So I think government should make some kind of a step to reduce the petrol prices or the diesel prices.
क्या बोलूं, मोदी जी का राज है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. कम करेंगे 25 पैसा, बढ़ाएंगे 2 रुपया. तो अच्छे दिन का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, जब आ जाएगा देख लेंगे.
We can't do anything in it. It's all on the government. First of all, stop fluctuating the petrol and diesel prices, and then think about the civilians. That's it.
But market fluctuations are always there, so everybody has to take it in their budget, in the monthly budget.
गवर्नमेंट ही सोचेगी इस बारे में, तो कौन सोचेगा? इस बारे में उनको सोचना चाहिए ना, कितना पेट्रोल बढ़ाओगे आप, और स्टेट में बहुत सस्ता है, यही महंगा क्यों है? बोलना क्या मैडम, इसका कम करा जाए रेट, और क्या बोला जा सकता है? बाकी सरकार के आगे तो किसी चलती है नहीं.
All right, joining us right now, Narendra, Taneja, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, also with us, Sunit Chopra from the CPIM, and Bijon Misra. He is a consumer rights activist. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. Narendra, Taneja, here's the charge outright, not from a political party, not from a political entity, but people on the ground, people who are affected and pinched by this random going north of petrol prices. This is a 4-time high for petrol and an all-time high for diesel, sir. The charge here, Mr. Taneja, is that the deregulation of petrol and diesel prices hasn't really helped either oil marketing companies to make sure that the end consumer gets some relief. The Finance Ministry rejected what the Petroleum Ministry had asked for in the budget, and the charge here is political considerations dictate whether fuel price will go up or down. How do you respond? I'll come back with facts, but I want you to open up the debate.
Yeah, first of all, the prices are going up, that's true. Hurting the people, that's true. And I heard, the people you have been speaking with, yes, I can understand their sentiments. But at the same time, what should be the price of petrol per litre or diesel? That's not controlled by the government anymore. In 2010, that UPA 2 took the decision, and accordingly, the India has been, petrol, diesel have been decontrolled for a long time now. So as far as the day-to-day control, that's not in the hands of the government. What government can do is basically regulate taxes, whether excise at the center. Petroleum Ministry has already asked the Finance Ministry, and I'm sure the Finance Ministry must be looking into it again now that the prices have gone up again. Internationally, crude prices have gone up. But the states also, in the last time also when the government made the appeal, majority of state government, they come on television and protest, but except one government, they didn't respond. In fact, some of them even increase the excise, sale tax and the VAT on these things. The fact is 83% of crude oil is imported. This is a commodity which is imported. If internationally prices go up, you see prices here go correspondingly up.
But the
important thing is at the same time, I fully understand that the taxes need to be rationalized so that the ordinary consumer...
I would like to contest that point. In all humility, sir, I would like to contest that point, and I'll give you facts to back my argument here. Just hear me out, sir. And then just one second, sir. Just hear me out here. You say, sir, that the entire power, because it has been deregulated in 2010, first petrol was, then some years later diesel also was. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. But when you say the oil marketing companies and the prices of fuel in India reflect what's going on around the world or globally, that's not right. Consider this, sir. November 2017, the Gujarat elections were upon us. The international crude price went up. Ideally, if that was the case, prices in India should have gone up in that particular period. But because many people believe the election is around the corner, the prices stayed put at 69. Now how do you explain that? If the global crude had gone up, then Indian fuel and petrol should have gone up. It didn't. It keeps going out erratically at different points in time. That is why the common man on the street, sir, today is confounded.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. You have people today wondering, sir, why there is
Sir,
can I come in? Yes, Bijon Mishra. Am I right here?
No, you asked me the question, allow me to answer it.
One second.
If
Bijon
you
Mishra
ask
wants
me
to
the
add to
question,
it.
all over the world,
all over the world, when you open up the market, you ensure that there is a good, robust regulatory oversight in terms of the pricing mechanism. You see, India is the only country where there is no regulatory oversight. You make the market behave in the manner as if there is no control. You have to understand that when you open up the market, you have to, whatever UPA might have done, but we expected NDA to improve on that. We wanted NDA to ensure that there is a regulator for petroleum products which come into place, which makes the whole industry transparent and accountable and efficient. We don't find that happening. We find that the oil companies, which are public sector undertakings, they are behaving as if they are dictators of the market. They charge prices in whatever manner they feel like, and top of that, the state governments and the central government is adding up, fuel to the fire by charging higher taxes, whereas they could have brought down. My contention is, first of all, oil prices must be under the GST.
Mr. Taneja,
it must come under GST.
You had your hand up. Mr. Taneja,
The second
respond
thing
to that.
is,
Then I'll go to
there
Sunil
must be
Chopra in just a
regulator in
bit.
place.
I also
You
want,
can't
yes,
let
Mr.
the market
Taneja. Mr.
behave
Taneja.
in the manner they want to behave.
So Bijon da, once again.
You see, you asked me many questions. Now please give me some time, otherwise no point having debate.
Sure.
You see, the point here is that, as I said, the prices need to be rationalized. Absolutely no two views on that. I fully support this idea, and I've been myself arguing for that. And this is what the government has also said. The Petroleum National Minister, Finance Minister, they have both said, look, and accordingly the Constitution have been already amended. Central government is saying, bring it under GST. The only way forward is to bring it under GST, so only then the prices will come down for petrol and diesel. Otherwise, states will keep on adding their taxes, and the center...
No, but you're pointing this out to the states, Mr. Taneja, you're very conveniently suggesting the fault lies with the state for not cooperating. This is what you're suggesting? Mr. Sunil Chopra, do you buy this argument that the government can easily shake it off and suggest the states are not cooperating and that is why the fuel price is high?
No, I'm not suggesting. No. First of all, let me correct one thing. The price of price of petrol and diesel is not determined only based on the price of crude oil. Include the price of petrol and diesel.
It's a large component, sir. I agree with you. It's a very large component. I agree with you. It's not completely.
There is going to be a rise in the price of coal.
Sunil Chopra.
And 40 mines are being closed. 12,000 people will lose their jobs in the coal industry.
What does coal have to do with it? What does coal have to do, Mr. Chopra? Which word you are talking about?
52%.
They are people of the past. These communists are people of the past. What does coal have to do with this?
When
Nothing.
the taxes came in,
why are you talking about coal? We are talking petrol and diesel.
They refused to do so.
What does coal have to do with it?
Mr. Chopra, let's talk about the
They
fuel
are
hike.
looting the country. Their cronies are looting
When you
the banks.
discuss gold and silver,
Ultimately,
you talk
it is going out of situation.
You can talk anything.
In which power generation will become more
It's petrol and diesel. That's
because
what
of the
people are
coal price.
interested in.
Okay, Mr.
In other words, you are going to
Please stay on point here.
You are communist. You live in a different world.
Okay, one second. Mr. Chopra, please. Allow me.
Don't worry about
petrol and diesel.
You are a dacoit.
No, one second. Mr. Chopra, let's not name call, please. No, I urge you. I urge you to take your words back. No personal comments on my friends.
And
Please don't do this.
MLA
It's a humor. Please don't do this. It's hilarious.
On toll tax where the contract
It's hilarious.
expired 2 years ago.
Okay.
And
Can I quote figures now? Are we done with the name calling? If we are done with the name calling, can I go back to the facts? If we are done with name calling, can we go back to the facts? Now here are the facts. Vijay Mishra. Here are the facts, sir. Now consider this. I gave you the Gujarat election example. Hold on. When the prices should have rationalized, Vijay Mishra, but they did not. Consider this. Immediately after the Gujarat elections are over, the state-owned oil companies like Indian Oil pressed their foot back onto the pedal, and the spike we see after the Gujarat elections.
But private sector companies...
So one second, sir. So one second. Our political considerations, Vijay Mishra, our political considerations, electoral considerations, are those the reasons behind this erratic up and down, mostly up, less down in fuel prices?
Absolutely, GS will continue till we do not bring
one at a time.
I am again and again saying, which I have been saying for the last 4 years. You see, for the last 4 years since Modi government has come, I have been impressing on the Modi government that they should bring in a regulator and bring petroleum products within the regulatory mechanism and not allow these oil companies to be dictated on political considerations, because prices are not supposed to be fixed on political considerations. Prices should be realistic. Prices should be made affordable so that the common man can afford in terms of...
But then bring in regulator for
we need a regulator, because in order to understand where the ceiling should be, what the ceiling should be, how they should be, how the
Please, Vijay Mishra, let me ask a simple direct question to Mr. Taneja. One second. It's a simple direct question to Mr. Taneja. I'll give you full chance to respond to this, sir, but please consider this.
I'm very sorry. I need to explain you that I don't think you need to be explained on that.
Vijay Mishra, to sum it up, Mr. Taneja, here is the argument that many have made today. Here is the argument that many experts have come to. Now this argument can be wrong. I'm just asking you to somehow respond to this. The argument is this, sir. During election season, public sector OMCs deliberately go slow on raising fuel prices. Even if they have to sacrifice their margin, they will do so. Immediately after there is some sort of relief, some sort of release, they go completely berserk, and there is such a sharp and erratic rise in fuel prices that the army cannot cope with it. How is the government going to explain that? Because that is what the Aam Aadmi on the street is asking today.
Allow me to answer.
Yes.
Please. You see, the petrol, diesel prices, thanks to the decision taken by the UP.
No, we know fuel prices are deregulated, sir. The government doesn't have a direct...
Every day.
No, I understand,
why are you blaming the UPA?
Theoretically, the government doesn't have a say in it, market decides. But that is in theory, sir. This is not what we see on the ground.
No, that is wrong.
No, that's not true. No. You see, that to say that petrol and diesel are not decontrolled, as these are controlled on a daily basis by the government, then I think, it's like basically you're refusing to call the sun. It's a policy.
No, I understand what you're saying, sir.
These are decided.
Everybody knows in 2010 petrol prices were deregulated, then a few years later diesel prices were deregulated. What I'm asking you about, sir, is the erratic and absolutely bizarre jump in prices. During election season, the OMCs do not dare. The moment elections are over, they put their foot firmly back on the pedal and the Aam Aadmi is getting pitched. The point is, the Petroleum Ministry's recommendation of waiving of excise duty was rejected by the Finance Ministry during the budget, and there are at least nine increases during a 1 year period, 16 to 17, everybody knows that. The question is still out there. I have no more time. I must thank Mr. Taneja and Mr. Sunil Chopra and Vijay Mishra for joining us. Short break right now. When we come back, Editor-in-Chief of Times Now, Rahul Shivshankar spoke to the Petroleum Minister. We'll also show you the kind of logic the Minister gave us. Take a break, come right back.